we're building a constellation of satellites for imagery. Our satellites carry a 1 meter resolution multispectral camera and a 30 meter resolution hyperspectral camera. And we've launched 8 of these satellites so far, where we tested the technology, some early prototypes where we tested technology. The last 3 satellites that we launched are already servicing customers. We have plans between Q1 and Q2 next year. We're going to launch another 15 satellites that we're currently manufacturing. And the plans for the rest of the year is to launch up to another 26 satellites in 2019. The final goal for us is as an intermediate step to reach a constellation of roughly 90 satellites in orbit to cover the planet at 1 meter of resolution every week. We've been focusing on developing solutions, taking into account the fact that we know our roadmap. We know that we're going to hit a certain frequency of data acquisition by this time next year, that we're going to hit a certain cost of data acquisition per square kilometer, that allows us to process this data and deliver specific services for particular industries that today have been underserved because the cost of data and the cost of solutions is too high. And so based on our roadmap and based on our capacity, we have been able to start developing these solutions, working with customers, together with customers, to do pilots on this solution so that when we have this infrastructure in orbit, we'll start rolling this out. We've been focusing a lot on the oil and gas vertical. We're focusing a lot on forestry applications, some applications for agriculture, infrastructure monitoring, insurance. These are some of the areas that we believe in the next year will start to become unlocked in terms of their potential. Farther down the line, we see definitely agriculture is one of the largest areas of interest, but we still believe we are maybe a couple of years away from having the infrastructure to be able to serve this market at scale, at the right frequency and at the right resolution. But we're still working early on with customers and with value-added service providers and partners to develop the applications there. I think the industry as a whole, we still haven't gotten to the point where we are at the right point of resolution and cost and frequency that these things happen, but I expect in the next couple of years we're still getting there and we'll really see this picking up. A NASA-owned satellite, the Hyperion 1, with hyperspectral camera at 30 meters of resolution, was decommissioned early last year. And so since then, we have the only hyperspectral cameras at 30 meters of resolution flying, which for hyperspectral is high resolution. We have 3 of these cameras currently operating in orbit. We plan to launch another 15 in our upcoming satellites next year. We do see nascent interest in the industry for hyperspectral data, particularly in companies building analytics based on machine learning and AI algorithms, where hyperspectral data really distinguishes itself in how it can provide better segmentation tools and better identification tools. We do see also some companies starting to think about launching hyperspectral cameras. For us, the core of what we do is the 1 meter resolution multispectral. The hyperspectral camera enriches the information that we collect mostly for analytics. And many of the applications for hyperspectral are still, farther away from being developed than even the applications for multispectral imagery. So it's still, I think, in a very experimental phase. When we talk about new markets, we talk mostly about the new applications that are enabled by a lower cost of the data, by a higher frequency of the data, and particularly by bundling all this data with the analytics that allow us to provide insights and services or recurring monitoring services directly to customers, independently, I would say, of the vertical. And these are the markets that have the promise of being significantly larger than the existing Earth observation market, the market that can consume imagery and produce valuable things with that. So what sets us apart is the cost efficiency of a data acquisition platform, the fact that we're integrating this cost-efficient data acquisition platform with an analytics platform to provide insights to our customers. In the end is the scalability of the solution, the frequency of data acquisition, the resolution of data acquisition, and the final cost for customers that are going to be the drivers to grow the markets in this industry. And we believe that at 1 meter of resolution with weekly or daily remaps of the planet at an affordable cost and with the analytics built in, we will be in a very strong position to open new markets that are the great promise for Earth observation. We have no government support, so we're a completely privately funded company. We do not currently have anchor customers in any government. I think one of the things that we are showing is that, for the first time in this industry, we can actually scale up a constellation of satellites for high-resolution imagery without any anchor customers, without any governments backing us up.